saying. Also, I don't. Did you get skipped? I don't know what happened.
It doesn't matter. So as I was saying,
It doesn't matter.
Nuke is not here, so I'm kind of filling in for him. Correct?
Yes.
I guess you'd be the next
So-
most. No, actually, no. You're the most.
Well, you're not filling in. I mean, there's all. There,
And
we
you're-
have a
you're
lot
the
of
most-
special guests.
Of which
But
we
I
have
mean, his
one
spot
who
is
has.
vacant.
Yes.
Yes, but
His
you
spot
didn't.
is vacant. Now I'm here.
Correct.
But you don't have seniority.
No.
So
We
you're
have someone here who has
What?
seniority.
Trig. I don't know if that's what he's trying to say. Why don't you let
That's
him
exactly
say what he's trying to say?
He's trying to say
No,
it's
it's
your
not.
film.
And it's your turn.
He's third string.
I
care where my
Why are you
realize
staring
that.
at my screen?
As I was saying, it's a meta comment. It's an outside of
Trig, it's your turn.
the I'm just wondering what kind of void am I filling here?
It's just always good to have more people talking about stuff. If Trig would ever let anyone talk. Cough, cough.
Go.
Oh, well, I found it's better when you can punch him, so.
If you guys would like me
See,
to
I
punch
meant
him,
it-
I can do that. I'm
Yes.
next to him.
Is there a punch
guys go.
button that we
You
can
just
like
need.
get?
Oh, he's getting up. He's getting up.
going to pee.
He's going to pee. Oh, okay, so we have time now.
Matt,
thank
your
God.
turn.
Alright. Were you saying Dicromat or were you saying...
Dicromat, it is your turn.
Well, no, it's okay. You can shorten it. I just was wondering which you were referring to.
You.
We literally just went over this. Dumbass is a dick, so it's censor on one of the things I got.
How do I get
There's some white noise coming from Trig's mic.
Is it better?
There's a generator going.
Oh, okay. Here, let me move it.
Oh yeah, that's better. What
Much
was
better?
that?
Okay. Yeah, that's the like cooler or whatever on the
Oh,
laptop.
okay, gotcha.
And it's Anthony's turn. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go for him. That's probably.
Yeah, do the stupidest thing possible, because that's what he would do.
I just clicked the first thing I saw. Also.
Matt, have you read The Hunger Games yourself?
I didn't read them. I watched the first two movies.
Yeah. I definitely found that the books are a lot better. It makes, for one thing, there's a serious sense of immense poverty in the books that is kind of lost on the movies. In the movies, you get that they're enslaved essentially, but you don't see how shitty their life really is, which makes a lot of it make way more sense.
You don't feel it as much in
Yeah,
the movies.
And additionally, on top of all that, something that I was bothered with in the movies is that in the second movie, they make her out to be confused and innocent in the at the end of the second Hunger Games when she breaks out, which she was. She didn't know there was a plot going on, but she also intended to rebel. She figured it out at the last second that she was doing something wrong, and she wanted to be against the Capitol. And the movie makes it seem like she really was just manipulated into being a part of the rebellion.
Right.
Well, I would say...
Oh, and Matt, we
is-
had already placed all our units, so it's just having you go until you've placed all your units.
Oh, cool.
That's why it's been your turn constantly.
Sweet, yeah. I thought I was just important. Oh, that's why it skipped me that one time.
Oh, must have been, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so with what you were saying,
Sure.
this is a dystopian novel
Right,
series, right?
Yeah.
And I think the thing that at least in my opinion, I like to see in dystopian fantasy or fictions is how they portray that society, and you don't really see that ever in the movies. I haven't read the books. I'm wondering, do you get to see that? Do they describe how the world works now in this kind of future dystopia? and like how they live in it, saying that they don't
Kind
show how
of.
poor they are.
Right. Yeah, they
you
give
know-
a lot more context in the books.
Okay, because it's funny you say that because when I was watching the second movie and they were on that train and they're going through the different levels or whatever they're called.
Right, the
What are they-
districts.
The districts, yeah. They're going through the different districts, and all I could think of was, man, I wish I could have gotten more detail and info on these districts that they're going through, like to know what is District 12 like and what is District 10 like compared to, all the other ones. And of course, you can't do that in
Hey,
an
you're up.
hour and a half. So,
Right. Which, yeah,
Turn.
the books do a much better job of that, which is what I really liked about them. You actually you learn more about how the world works and how much the capital just shits all over the people.
Yeah, which is kind of the whole point of a dystopian.
Right.
fiction.
And that's where I mean, like, it's funny because at first
What are you
glance,
doing?
it seems like
What are you even attempting to do?
it seems like a great novel for movies because there's a lot of action
What?
in it.
What?
But
What?
the context is so much more
What are you
important,
talking about?
and it kind
What
of
are you
gets
talking
missed. Hunger Games. We're still
Well,
talking
of
about the
course,
Hunger Games.
Because Hollywood wants to focus on
Right.
the
Matt, have
explosions
you read the
and the
books?
romance.
No, he
You read
hasn't.
the books, Matt?
No, but I'm saying that
Trey gets her
it
turn.
makes a lot of sense that the
I know.
books are more interesting because
Right.
they
Well,
focus
obviously.
on but because they focus on the better qualities of the story than the romance and the shooting.
Right.
Yeah, but there's a
Because
lot
when I read
of...
dystopian fiction, I want to know about
Well,
how that
look at it like
person
this. Look
thought
at
the
Ender's
world was
Game.
gonna
You have a
be.
lot of plots going on.
Ender's
You
Game
don't
was
get
another
into in the
example
film.
of like the film could
The
not
enti-
process.
the
Ender's
entirety
Game.
of the Shadow series is, and everything with the hegemon, everything is all based on the, minor storylines happening in Ender's Game,
Right.
which you don't have in the film, and I don't understand how you could possibly have a franchise out of the way they did the film.
I don't
Didn't
think they're
have
gonna.
any
I
of
don't
it.
think they're gonna do any of the other books
No,
because
absolutely.
yeah,
they said
they've
they were wanted to.
Oh, they did?
Going into before the film came out, they were talking about how they could continue on with the IP in some form.
Trigby, it's your turn.
Oh yeah, it didn't. Jesus, it takes how many? There you go.
Takes how many? It
Somebody.
takes how many brain cells to play
How
this
many-
game?
How many
Like two.
clicks do I need to do? It's just.
How many clicks does it take to get to the end of this goddamn game?
This is I like watching other people do it. I don't have to do shit. I could just talk, but every single time I'm interrupted to try and figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing and why.
well
It
then
doesn't allow for
in the
too
future
much.
we'll have you just go back to watching.
And that's
Yeah,
what I
we'll put
like.
you-
That's what we were trying to do. I was trying to make that motherfucker do it, make Trav do it, and then I could just sit here and ridicule his incompetency and then have other conversations and distract him from the game. But no, instead I also have to be distracted from the game and worrying about not being last.
Well, that's why I thought the beauty of a board game was you don't have to it doesn't take a lot of focus. You can kind of casually play it while talking,
There's
which is apparently not true for you.
like 7 things I could click on. There's 3-4 different people's worth of shit going on before
I am
No.
having no trouble splitting my attention.
Yeah.
Who's winning?
I've
Is anyone,
never
is
played
any-
this
is
and I'm
anyone
having
winning
no
right
trouble.
now? I understand what we're supposed to be doing.
I am
I
The
understand
presumably
now,
winning.
Doctor.
I get now.
Who's winning? In what order?
He has 11 stars.
Yep,
Who does?
I do.
Where?
At
I'm
the
having no
oh,
trouble.
yeah, shit, you're right. So who's second then? Yeah. I see everyone else was 0. Or any of us, is anything else we each have count more than anyone else?
I don't have negative time. So
I
I
do.
like to think I'm in second.
I have lots of negative time.
I think it might have still been my turn. I'm just gonna go ahead.
Just pass it
I
down.
see what he was saying. But what about
Hey, Doctor,
Yeah.
This is my turn. Okay.
when can
Yeah, hey,
when
go.
can I get those cards at the bottom?
You place units on them instead of placing them on the top areas. and then you can pick your units up off them to get them.
Wow. Oh, like they cost 1 unit because
Yeah.
there's 1 circle there?
Yep.
Alright. Oh, they use tools.
We could switch to a 2-player board game, or I could switch to just doing a roguelike, and you guys can all talk.
No, because that would just be us. Well, unless you want to disregard the game and have you talking to us on unrelated things.
I mean, that's
What?
we don't usually talk about the games we're playing.
All right, do you want to do that?